adding and subtracting fractions. So what if you had something like 1 over 2 plus, 5 over 2? Well, the key for adding and subtracting is if you ever want to add or subtract, you must have the same denominator. In this case, if you have the same denominator, you can simply just add the actual numerator. So 1 and 5 is just 6 over 2. And then in the end, since you have a fraction, always reduce that. So 6 over 2 is the same as just 3. But what if you don't have the same denominator? What if you have something like 3 over 4 minus 2 over 3? So in this case, 3 and 4 are definitely not the same. So we need to find what we say, find a common denominator. And oftentimes we like to find the lowest one, but it's not a requirement to. So we want to find a common denominator. All right, so to find that, I forget if it's O or R and ER at the end of denominator. But to find that, what we need to do is, one method of finding a common denominator is take a look at your current denominators. So 4 and 3. What's 4 times 3? Well, 4 times 3 is simply 12. And that number will actually work as a common denominator. It might not necessarily be your lowest one, but it will work. Next, we need to convert our two fractions so that they have denominator 12. So to convert them so that they have denominator 12, we need to ask ourselves, let's take a look at the first fraction. What do we need to do to 4 to get it to 12? As in, what do we need to multiply it by? In this case, 3 times 4, that would get you to 12. So we need to multiply both the top and the bottom of the fraction by that number so that we can convert that fraction into something over 12. Then we need to ask ourselves the exact same question for the other fraction. So what do we need to do to 3 to get it to 12? Well, we need to multiply it by 4. So multiply both the top and the bottom. So you have to multiply both parts. And then let's see what this gives us. So 3 times 3, that's going to give us 9 over, 3 times 4 is 12, and that's what we wanted. We want it to get it as a fraction over 12. And the next part, 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. So we have 9 over 12 minus 8 over 12. Now, simply take a look at what's in your numerator, and in this case, subtract those two numbers. So 9 minus 8 is simply 1 over 12. And for this one, we don't have to reduce since it's already in lowest terms.